OFPG Voices is brought to you by the following sponsors. Calliope Games, publisher of Roll For It, Suro, and Enchanted Plumes. They publish tabletop games for players of all ages and skill levels. Their games are crafted to inspire laughter and fun. Board&Dice. Board&Dice designs and publishes family and strategy board games. Two of their most recent releases, Origins First Builders and Mandala Stones. They recently announced their Ally program, primarily aimed at welcoming and supporting people of color and the LGBTQ+ community in the hobby. Rose Gauntlet Entertainment, publisher of the upcoming game Keystone North America, available on pre-order. Rose Gauntlet Entertainment believes that games are for everyone and that their greatest purpose is to bring people together. Bezier Games, publisher of Maglev Metro. Being released this summer, Cat in the Box. It is sure to be the trick-taking game of the year. Available for pre-order now at BezierGames.com. And Sink or Swim. It's a co-op game that even the most non-co-op gamers enjoy, as you rally your team to perform at their best. Late pledges still available. Game Pathways, a nonprofit founded by game professionals with the shared goal of a more diverse and inclusive industry. Game Pathways is building career resources and learning materials for underrepresented students, supported with scholarships and an in-person learning event this fall at UCLA. A number of companies have already pledged their support to Game Pathways. And whether you are an individual or a publisher, there are a lot of ways you can help. Learn more at gamepathways.org. Renegade Games, publisher of Power Rangers, Heroes of the Grid, and a family favorite, Clank, a deck-building adventure. And after being sold out many times over the past 2 years, finally back in stock, The Search for Planet X. To see an entire catalog, visit renegadegames.com. Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Family Plays Games. Voices, yeah.
And we are back.
Well, I want to say you're back.
Yes.
Now, if you follow our regular Sunday shows, and if you're not, you need to watch them.
Yes.
You know, Starla was not there on the last one, 129, but Grant filled in, and he did a great job.
He did.
Grant did his thing, but she was missed.
Yes.
My love was missed. The flu kind of hit you hard.
It hit me hard.
It hit you hard.
And I appreciate all the well wishes
Yes.
and all the nice comments I received. I was down for the camp for a while.
And you gave it to me.
Yeah, but you got better quicker than I did.
Yeah, but I still kind of feel kind of raspy. I'm sounding kind of
you sound
like
raspy.
a frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But we're all recovering.
Yes, we're getting better.
And we're just happy Grant didn't get sick.
Yes,
he did
Grant
not get
dodged.
sick.
He dodged it.
Yes, he did.
He dodged it. Yes, he did.
Yes. So, for this episode,
summer's here.
Summer is here.
Summertime.
And we're going to focus on those things that are happening during the summer.
Yes.
And things that are happening during the month of June.
Yeah.
And we've got some great contributors.
Yes, we do.
Who's going to talk to us about different games and things that have this whole summer theme.
Yes. Summer. Yes.
So, we're going to start off with Juegos en La Mesa. Our games on the table.
Yes.
With Daniel Miranda.
Oh, yeah.
From Tlacuaches En La Mesa.
Yes.
He's going to talk about parks.
Love parks.
Yes,
love it. Love it.
Beautiful game.
Need to be in a park right now.
I would love to be in a park
That's right.
now.
That's right.
And then next up, it is Schooled By Gru.
Yes.
With Tanya Pobuda.
And that is Grant's strange Canadian aunt.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
And she's going to celebrate Pride Month.
Yes. And we want to say Happy Pride to everybody. Yes.
And then next we're going to have a How to Play with Dwayne and Alicia from BlackBoard Gaming. And they're going to talk about walking in Burano.
You know, they really like that game.
I know.
They really like that.
We haven't played it yet.
Yes, we got to get it. We got to get it. Yeah.
And last but not least, we're going to be talking games.
Yes.
With Jazz from the Lobby of Hobbies. He's going to talk about games you can take to the backyard barbecue.
And he ready to barbecue. When you hear Jazz, he's ready to go.
Yes.
And we're ready to go with your family. We're ready to go.
All right,
do some backyard barbecuing. Yes.
Sit back, buckle up, and stay tuned for some good stuff.
Yeah, but first, y'all know, we gotta talk to Starla. We gotta hear from Starla, because she's gonna be dropping some wisdom, because there's been some serious stuff going on lately in this country, y'all. And Starla's gonna drop some wisdom. Here she go with Good Humans.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another segment of Good Humans. Well, this week, I want to focus on the word peace. As good humans, we want peace. Peace for ourselves and our families, peace for our friends. We want a world where everybody can live and be happy and feel safe. And unfortunately in America, we don't have that right now. I mean, we can't go to church without being in danger. You can't go to the schools without being in danger. You can't go to a grocery store without being in danger, because we have a lot of humans who don't understand the need for peace and safety and security. We need to find out what we can do to help other humans be better humans by focusing on peace. We've got so much violence going on in America, and we want it to come to an end. We want people to be safe, happy, secure, and we can't have that kind of life without peace. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today, is peace. And as we always say here at OFPG Voices, our goal is to make this world a better place, one board gamer at a time.
Hola Tlacuaches, mi nombre es Daniel y bienvenidos a otro video aquí en Tlacuaches en la Mesa. Un gran saludo a Our Family Plays Games. Tlacuaches, le damos la bienvenida al verano. Como a muchas personas les gusta salir a caminar y disfrutar de lo bonito que es la naturaleza, en esta ocasión vamos a hablar de parks. Parks es un juego de parte de Keymaster Games, de 1 a 5 personas. En Parks vas a tomar el papel de un trotamundos, el cual lo vas a llevar a través de una ruta para que puedan visitar diferentes sitios, diferentes parques y así admirar la belleza de la naturaleza. Durante tu recorrido vas a estar tomando diferentes acciones, como tomar fotografías, visitar diferentes locaciones, ganar equipo, y todo esto te va a estar generando puntos. Al final de 4 rounds, la persona que tenga más puntos es quien va a ganar. Hay muchísimas cosas que me encantan de Parks. La primera es el tablero. Al principio de cada round vas a construir al azar el tablero. Quiere decir que cada juego, que cada round va a ser completamente diferente y te va a ofrecer mucha variabilidad. Otro de los aspectos que disfruto mucho en este juego es el mecanismo de movimiento. Tú en tu turno vas a mover a uno de tus 2 caminantes a través de esta ruta. Aquí está el truco. Puedes mover a tu personaje, a tu pieza, los espacios que tú quieras, pero no puedes caminar hacia atrás. Esto significa que tienes que poner mucha atención en dónde vas a terminar tu turno, porque ninguno de los otros espacios que pasaste vas a poder usar sus efectos o vas a poder recolectar lo que te ofrece cada una de estas losetas. Y claro, estás haciendo todo esto porque a través de esta ruta vas a estar recolectando diferentes recursos, los cuales al final de este gran camino vas a poder usar para poder visitar o comprar estos parques, los cuales son puntos de victoria al final del juego. Una de las secciones que encuentro muy temáticas en el juego es tomar fotografías. En lugares específicos del tablero y a través de diferentes habilidades extras que puedes estar ganando, vas a poder tomar fotos de todas estas cosas que me encantan del juego. Creo que lo más importante para mí es lo tan bonito que es. Cuenta con ilustraciones asombrosas. Curiosamente, todas estas ilustraciones representan parques de Estados Unidos y cada una de estas tiene una interpretación diferente. Hizo parks para introducir a nuevos jugadores al hobby de los juegos de mesa. La temática de caminar a través de una ruta y recolectando diferentes cosas porque estás visitando un parque es algo que la gente puede entender, y sobre todo eso es muy bonito. Todas las personas con las que he jugado siempre me han dicho que tiene un arte bastante único y que les encanta solamente ver las imágenes en cada una de estas cartas. Si tus intenciones son jugar algo este verano, el cual representa la temporada en la que estamos, te recomiendo mucho que cheques Parks. Tlacuaches, eso es todo. Nos estamos viendo en el siguiente video. Y ya.
This segment is all about Pride Month. I'm sharing my love for LGBTQ board gamers and folks in the industry. Pride Month 2022 is a special time, and I want to share some research about board gaming and being LGBTQ+. This is Schooled by Gru, an exclusive series for Our Family Plays Games Voices, where I do a deep dive into my PhD dissertation research and share with you the findings before the rest of the world sees it, exclusively on Our Family Plays Games. I'm incredibly blessed to have members of my family, friends, and neighbors who are LGBTQ+. They make my life wonderful. I'm so proud of them, and Pride Month is a time to celebrate the great contributions of LGBTQ+ in history, in industries, and in our communities. I couldn't love my LGBTQ+ family more, and I'm so proud of them. Every single month, not just June. This section is all about the research I've conducted for my PhD research that touches on experiences of LGBTQ+ people engaging in the board gaming hobby. I was incredibly lucky to get the perspectives of 320 participants to my PhD research. I got a wonderful mix of gender representation, including non-binary, trans women, trans men, gender fluid individuals, agender, gender non-conforming, etc. And I was really lucky to get that kind of diversity of perspective. I recruited very intentionally for diversity because I wanted to hear from board gamers that don't often participate in other surveys I've encountered. The other wonderful thing about the online survey is I had terrific representation and participation from LGBTQ+ gamers who were really, really invested both in the hobby and in the industry, and they represented just over half of my sample. One of the questions that I posed to participants of the survey is whether or not they were treated differently because of their sexual orientation when they were participating in the board gaming hobby. And the answers I got back confirmed that there were serious issues in board gaming spaces around homophobia and transphobia. 31.3% of participants agreed or strongly agreed with the statement, "I have experienced homophobic remarks while participating in the board gaming hobby." This was a very serious finding. That homophobic remarks, transphobic remarks are part of board gaming table talk and trash talk is a huge concern for the growth of the entire industry and certainly the development and flourishing of the hobby. I pose direct questions like discrimination and being treated differently according to sexual orientation and got comments like this one. In response to not being discriminated against, the individual here said, not overtly, I don't feel represented in games and I feel like I have to hide my orientation. That was a really emergent theme in a lot of the written comments, that individuals felt like they had to hide themselves in order to safely participate in the board gaming hobby. There were comments like this one. I feel that I would be treated differently if I expressed my orientation. Instead, I choose to remain silent because I have the privilege to do so because I present as straight. I got comments like this one. I'm assumed to be a heterosexual male, so I do not feel that I'm treated differently. I do not usually out myself in public gaming spaces. I have to admit, these comments broke my heart. To not be able to be your authentic self in play spaces really bothers me as a researcher and as an industry watcher. This is a huge issue for the entire industry. If folks feel like they have to hide away their authenticity in play spaces to engage with a hobby that they love, that's a problem. That's a delimiting problem for the sector, for the industry, and for the hobby itself. As a PhD researcher, I was motivated to do this research because I had studied long and hard the fact that we as a society don't have many places where we're psychologically safe. My initial research journey started with workplaces and how workplaces were very toxic environments for people. I realized there was an immediate pivot into play spaces. And I started to really think about, where can we be ourselves? Where are we safe? And I recognized some of the same patterns and issues that I saw in my workplace research happening in gaming spaces. And that to me sounded an alarm. We need spaces in our worlds where we are safe, where we can kick back, have a respite from our grueling lives, and be our authentic selves. Unfortunately, based on my research, board gaming spaces have a lot of work to do to make people feel welcome. And here's a quote from a Canadian I'm very proud of, David Gator, who is the narrative designer and writer for games like Baldur's Gate, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, the entire Dragon Age franchise, worked at BioWare. I admire him a great deal. He's openly gay, and he talked about the importance of narrative and being seen and represented in the games we love. He says, I believe there's an element where having a game acknowledge that you exist can be validating in a way most people never consider, no doubt because they have no need for validation, and thus no knowledge as what the lack of it can do to someone. It is so important that representation happens in board gaming, that the embrace of individuals who are LGBTQ+ happen in spaces, in the games themselves. It is incredibly important to human flourishing that we see ourselves represented in the things we love, in the media we consume. So on this Pride Month, I want to thank you for listening, and a lot of love to my LGBTQ+ friends and family. I love you so. This has been my 6th episode of our Family Plays Games Voices. This is a huge privilege and honor to be part of this channel and share my PhD dissertation research with you. We have so much work to do to make board gaming the hobby and industry we all know it can be. Thank you so much, and happy Pride Month to everyone.
Hey everybody! Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite games, Walking in Burano.
Walking in Burano is designed by Wei Min Ling and published by AEG Games.
Let's go to the table for a brief overview of how this game is played.
Walking in Burano is an open drafting set collection game for 1 to 4 players, where the players are given the houses along the canal a fresh coat of paint. To set up the game, we would take this deck of first floor cards, this deck of second floor cards, and this deck of third floor cards, and give each of those a good shuffle, and then place them out into the play area like this. And then we will reveal a number of cards based on the number of players plus 1. So we're setting up for a 3-player game, so we have revealed 4 cards from each deck, forming a row next to it. We would take these tourist cards, there are 4 types of those, and place them underneath the floor cards. And then we'll take the 7 inhabitant cards, place them off to the side. And the inhabitant cards and the tourist cards are the main way the players are going to score points in the game. Each player is going to get 2 scaffold cards. They're going to get 4 bonus tokens of their chosen player color. They're going to get 4 coins from the bank. There's a 3 value coin and a 1 value coin. And then we would take the rest of the coins, place it off to the side to form a common bank. Each player is going to get one of these player aids that show you how the tourists and the inhabitants score. And then we will randomly choose a first player, and they will get this cat token. And now play can begin. What you're trying to do in Walking in Burano is you're trying to build up 5 houses in your personal play area. And when a player builds 5 complete houses, then that will trigger the end of the game, and then everybody will score up their points. So on a player's turn, they're going to do a mandatory action, and then they're going to do a optional action. The mandatory action, they're going to do one of 3 things. They're going to acquire 3 floor cards into their hand. They're going to acquire 2 floor cards into their hand and 1 coin from the bank, or they can acquire 1 floor card and 2 coins from the bank. When acquiring floor cards, you will take them from either one of these columns. So acquiring 3 cards, you would just take all 3 of these cards. If you decide to acquire just 2 cards, then you would start from the first floor or the third floor, and you will go up or down. You can't skip floors. So I can't take this first floor and this third floor. I would have to take these 2. Or I can acquire just 1 card. Same way, I will have to take this or this. The only way I will be able to acquire this as my 1 card as if there was no card underneath it, because once a player takes their turn, these do not refill until the end of the round. So after a player has acquired their cards, then they can do the optional action, and that is play up to 3 floor cards into their play area to try to build their houses. So to play floor cards in front of you, it costs coins. To play the first card, it will cost 1 coin. To play a second card or a third card, each of those will cost 2 coins. So if you wanted to play 3 cards into your play area, it will cost you a total of 5 coins. But there are some rules you have to pay attention to when playing these cards. The first rule is the first floor always has to go on the first floor. Second floor always has to go on the second floor. Third floor always on the third floor. You cannot place a second floor if there's no first floor underneath it. Same with the third floor. If it does not have a second floor, you can't place that third floor. Now, that's with these scaffold cards. So you might substitute this. You might have this. You place that there. Now you can place that up there, but this is only temporary. So this is not a complete house. All houses, all floor cards have to be played adjacent to previously placed cards. So if I wanted to start another house, I can't be over here. I got to be right next to this. And I can only have 5 houses in my play area. Now, there are 2 more rules, but those can be broken. The first rule is all my houses have to be the same color. So like this house, this is a complete house, and it's the same color. Now, let's say I had this and I didn't have this here, then I would discard one of these bonus tokens and remove it from the game, but these are worth points at the end of the game if I still have them. And then I could place this here. The other rule I can break is the houses, when I start placing houses next to this house, they have to be a different color. So I can't place another red next to this. But if I discard one of these, remove from the game, then I can start building a red house. Now, when you complete a house in front of you, so I'm going to move this up like this, then you can go grab one of these tourists or one of these inhabitants. And let's say I decide to go get this tourist. She's going to score me 1 point per flower that's above her, that she's across the river from. So you see that arrow. And she's worth 2 points at the end of the game. But if I place her here, she's pointing up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She scores me 9 plus 2. So she's going to score me 11 points at the end of the game. And every time you complete a house, you can grab one of these tourists or one of these inhabitants. And the way they score points is described on this handy player aid. So, once the round ends, any empty holes, any cards will slide all the way to the right, and then we will refill those holes and slide them over. And the next round, we'll start, passing this first player token clockwise. Now, when a player has built 5 complete houses in their play area, that will trigger the end of the game. We will finish out that round, and then the players will count up their points using this handy dandy score sheet that really helps out. And then once everybody has totaled up their points, whoever has the most points will be the winner of Walking in Burano.
We're finally in the month of June, and one of my favorite times of year is almost here. Summer vacation.
It just couldn't be summer, huh?
No.
Well, some of us don't get summer vacation. Some of us just get summer.
Don't hate.
I'm not hating. I'm just pointing that out. That some of us just get summer, which means we just hot at work. That's all I'm pointing out. You deserve it. Don't get me wrong. You deserve it. I think all teachers deserve summer vacation. But, I'm just making you aware.
Anyway, speaking of vacation,
yeah,
Venice would be a beautiful place to visit for a vacation.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, when I first played this game, I was drawn in from, I was wondering, the setting of this game, is that really how it is?
Yes.
And I looked it up, and yeah, when you paint your house, you got to check out with the government what color you can paint your house. And I thought that was a pretty cool fact to learn from this game.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, the game, it's just really relaxing.
It's relaxing. It is easy to play and easy to learn.
Yeah.
It's very pretty, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I like watching your mind work when you be trying to match up them, which part floor that you gonna put in your house, But yeah, it's a really relaxing game. You get your favorite drink, quiet day. You could do this out on the porch.
Yes.
Makes you some bruschetta. Keep the theme in. Gotta keep the theme in. But Walking in Burano, it's a great game to check. To introduce your family and friends to, because it's just a great introductory game.
Great introductory game.
So that's why we wanted to talk about this game. Now, before we go, we have to say one more thing. Happy graduation, Grant! Enjoy your trek to college. And I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
We will see you guys next time.
What's going on, everyone? This is your boy Jazz over at the Lobby of Hobbies, and it is summertime, which means school is out. People are at the beach, at the lake, at the pool. But most importantly, summertime is all about backyard barbecues, where everyone is just grilling out back, playing some good music, and enjoying fellowshipping with the family and the friends. Playing some backyard games, horseshoes, cornhole, you name it. But I got a list of 5 games that I think are perfect to take to a backyard barbecue. Very quick, very inexpensive, and just a lot of fun to play. So, if you're ready for it, let's get into it. First game on my list is a push your luck card game. This is called No Thanks. Now this is the older version. There is a newer version from Amigo Games, but this one is fun where players are going to be having the choice from a card that is flipped over in the center of the table to either take that card or say no thanks and put a chip on it. Why are you going to say no thanks? Because you don't want to score points in this game. The winner of the game is the person with the least amount of points. So everybody will say no thanks, I don't want that card, and chips will be getting placed on that card in the center of the table until somebody takes it. All right, eventually you're going to want to take it because there are more chips on it. That's good because you can only have a set number of chips in your hand. Now at the end of the game, players are going to look at all the cards they've drafted in front of them or selected in front of them, and they're going to add them all up and score their points. Whoever has the least amount of points wins. The key is that if you create a sequential run, meaning no holes in that run, 10, 11, 12, 13, you are going to score points based on the lowest card in that run. So in that run, you're going to score 10 as opposed to 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13. You got it? All right, so this one is fun. Check it out. It is a blast every time I've played it. Quick and easy to play. Next game on my list is one that I was introduced to by Monique and Naveen over at Before You Play at PAX Unplugged. This is a German card game, originally released as Six Nymph, and now there's an American version called Take 5. This again is about scoring the least amount of points. Players are going to start with a hand of 10 cards. Everyone will play a card face down on the table in front of them, and once they have everybody's played, they'll flip their card over, and players will play their cards from lowest to highest. And there is 4 rows that are placed out into the center of the table, and players will play the card that they played, and they'll place it into one of the 4 rows in ascending order with the least amount of gaps or differences between the number that's already on the table and the number they've played. Now, if at any time they go to play their card and has to go into a row that already has 5 cards, that player is going to take all 5 of those cards, and their card will start a fresh row. At the very end of the game, once everybody has played all of their 10 cards, players will look at the cards that they've collected, count the number of bullheads at the top, and whoever has the least amount of bullheads wins the game. Very fun, a lot of variants in the rulebook, so definitely check out Six Nymph. I've had a lot of fun with it. Also, it's on Board Game Arena. Now, the next one, also on Board Game Arena, King Domino. Fun tile laying game, very quick. If you like dominoes, if you like tile laying, if you like just building a kingdom, definitely check this one out. You're trying to build a 5x5 grid of different terrain tiles, and you're going to score points based on how large your terrain tiles, how large your different terrains are, times the amount of crowns that are in that terrain type. The person with the most points wins. There is some level of strategy in which tile you're going to take, because the better tile may be lower in the turn order for you the next round, so you might have last choice of the tiles for the following round. So definitely check this one out. King Domino, fun tile laying game. Fourth game on my list is a fun little abstract 2-player game. If you like chess, you like checkers, but you want something different, and honestly, I like this better. This is Shobu. This game is all about having a passive move, meaning you're going to be moving one of your colored stones on a board, and then you have an aggressive move, which means you're going to be moving the same type of move as your passive move, but on a different colored board, and that aggressive move allows you to push your opponent's stones off of the board. The winner of the game is the person who can push all of their opponent's stones off of any one of the 4 different boards on the table. Fun, thinky strategy game, but not overly complex. Honestly, not complex at all. Just fun. You can still enjoy the life at the party, the music, all that stuff, and have a good time. Now, my final game on the list is one that is not yet released, but it is going to release this weekend at Origins Game Fair in Ohio. If you are there, you need to get over to the 25th Century booth and check this one out and grab a copy. This is Green Team Wins. I've been playing my prototype copy since I think Origins of last year. I've been loving it. This is a fun word style party game that can play massive amounts of people. So you can have everybody at the barbecue playing this game. It's all about a set number of cards are going to be shuffled into a deck, and there is a this or that question. There is a choose one of three things, and then there's another question. Let's say it'll say this or that. Let's say winter or spring. So you got your this or that question, and everybody's gonna have a dry erase board and they're gonna write down their answer. Or let's say even a better question, how about this for breakfast? Pancakes or waffles? Everybody will write their answer down. Once everybody has their answer written, they'll show their answer, and let's say waffles was the majority answer. Everybody who has the majority is going to flip over to the green team. They're all now on the green team. They have a little indicator card. And when you switch over to the green team, you score a point. All right, the idea is to be in the majority. Now, if you're in the majority when you are already on the green team, you're gonna score 2 points, all right? But if you're not in the majority, you're gonna flip over to the orange team. It's all about staying on the green team to be able to score points. The player, because it's an individual game, the player with the most points wins. So again, if you are at Origins, definitely check out this party game. This is the party game of the year. Fans of Just One, Codenames, those big type party games, this is the next big party game that's gonna be coming out. Trust me, you heard it here first, all right? But thank you so much. I will see you guys on the next one.
All right. Great episode.
Yes, great episode.
Yes. Love our contributors.
Yes, yes.
They had some good stuff to talk about.
Yes, they did.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it, because we did.
Yes, we did. We did enjoy it.
And we want to say thank you to our awesome sponsors.
Yes, love all of our sponsors.
Yes,
love
thank
them,
you for supporting us and riding with us and helping us bring out more voices.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, Starla, where can we find the merch?
Well, if you would like some OFPG Voices merch or Our Family Plays Games, find us on Spring. Shirts and pillows and cups. Check us out.
And now, where can they find OFPG in this social media landscape of ours?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games or OFPG Voices, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right here on YouTube.
Right here.
And if you're in Omaha, Nebraska,
that's local, baby.
You can find us on Cox Channel 22. Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. And Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m.
Family, thank you so much for coming out and listening to these beautiful voices and needed voices in our hobby. So thank you for coming. And keep coming with the comments, questions, and everything. We like hearing them and talking back to the family. And you know, one thing that we're gonna always tell you, and we always want you to know, we love you.
Bye
now.
everybody.